Hello, everyone. I hope you have enjoyed using Google Earth to explore the River Valley civilizations. Last week, we looked at a Google Earth project that I created to help you better understand the geography and some of the achievements of the civilizations. And now it is your turn. You and your project team are going to be creating a Google Earth project that demonstrates your understanding of the religions of the River Valley civilizations. This tutorial is going to teach you all that you need to know in order to create that project. So let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is learn how to create a project in Google Earth. And then we are going to learn how to add features to our project. And finally, how to share our project with our classmates and your instructors. So let's go. Now, it is very easy to launch Google Earth. All you need to do is come up to the waffle and scroll down just a bit, and you will see Earth. And if we click on that, we are going to launch Google Earth. And we can see it looks amazing already. Once we have launched, we need to go ahead and start our new project. So we will come over to our toolbar here and go to this icon for projects. If we click on that, we can go ahead and click on New Project, okay? And of course, we want to create it in Google Drive so that we are able to share and collaborate. All right, so our new project is untitled. So the first thing we need to do is give it a title, right? So we click on the Edit button there, and maybe we will call this Religions of the River Valley Civilizations. Okay, so whatever you would like to call your project, you would type it there. And then underneath here, you could type a short description so that you know what the content of the project is. So we might want to say that this project helps you to understand the places that were important to the River Valley civilizations, perhaps. Okay, so something that just gives you an indication if if you got a bunch of projects, which project is which and what's in each project. So, all right, there we are. So we've got our project all set up. Okay, now we need to add some features. We need to add some places into this project. So what we need to do is click on New Feature, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we are going to search, okay, for a place. Now, one thing we talked about in class are the ziggurats, okay? And of course, these were temples that were constructed to different gods. One of them is the Great Ziggurat of Ur, okay? So I have put that into my search box, and Google Earth is going to find that for me and zoom me there, okay? So this is a place that I definitely want to add to my project because, of course, it is as if you remember, the best preserved ziggurat in the world today, okay, and has a lot of significance. So what we would do is just come on over here. You can see we can click on Add to Project, okay? So we're just going to keep it as the Great Ziggurat of Ur. That's fine with me. Add it to the project we created, and we're going to save it. And you're going to see that now it is part of our project, okay? Now, what Google Earth does is in the corner here gives you sort of a little information area, okay? You can have a picture up here, a video, and then, of course, down here you can have a little bit of a description about the place. Now, Google Earth has created something for us, but I like to change it. I like to put in my own things. So to do that, we just want to go over to the place we created. Again, click on the Edit button, okay? And then you can see up here, I can replace what Google has provided with something of my own. So I'm going to click on Replace. And of course, I could put in a new picture if I wanted to, and maybe I do. So I'm just going to do a Google image search of the Great Ziggurat of Ur. And maybe I have a new picture that I like better that I want to use, okay? So I'm just going to select this one here. Now remember, we've talked about making sure that you're selecting images that are appropriate, that are licensed for use, okay? So I'm not going to go through that process right now, but that is something you need to consider. But just for demonstration, I'm just going to select this one here. Okay, and Google Earth is going to pop that in for us. Okay, now let's take a look at what our place looks like now. Okay, I'm just going to click on present. Sorry there. Okay, so you can see that I now have a new picture. Okay, now instead of the picture, let me just click on my back arrow to go back and click on my place. Okay, instead of this picture, I could have used a video there. Okay, so I'm going to click on the edit feature again, okay? And instead of this picture, I'm going to delete that, okay? Because I'm going to want to put a video in about the ziggurat instead. So I'm going to go over to YouTube here, okay? And search for a video about the ziggurat that I might want to include, okay? Now, here's a bunch. I'm not going to go through, I don't have time, of course, to look at each of these, but let's just say that I wanted to choose this one. It looked good to me, had some good information. So I'll click on select, and it is going to put that into the box for me, okay? So now, let's take a look at what our place looks like now. Great Ziggurat of Ur. And you can see now I have the video and it's all ready to go for my viewer to click on and watch. Okay. Now, underneath my video, I have this area here where I can put some text, some information about the ziggurat. Now, you will be required to provide information for each of the places you include in your presentation. Okay. So what do you do in order to provide that? Again, we're going to come over to our place. We're going to click on the edit feature button, okay? And you can see that we have this box here, all right? And this is a place where we can type information about the place. Now, I already have, a piece of information that I took from the research and context database that I am going to place in there. So I'm just going to paste that in there, okay? I just cut and pasted. Now, my info box, I can have it appear small. I could have it appear large, okay? So I had a bit of information that I just pasted over. So I'm going to choose a large box, okay? Now, let's take a look and see what our place looks like now. Okay, and now you can see that I have my video, but I also have my text, okay? And of course, I have my citation to that information, all right? So this is what your places should look like for each place that you choose to add. Now, let's see. Let's try to add one more place just for an example, okay? I'm just going to close out here. But again, I am going to go to my projects, okay? And I am going to, I'm still in my project. Okay. So I am going to search again for a new place. Okay. And this time I think I'm going to search for, now we knew that Eridu, we learned that that was a very important religious place. Okay. In Mesopotamia. So maybe I'm going to want to add that to my project. So here it is, Eridu. Okay. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and click on Add to Project, okay? And the title looks good to me. I'm going to save it to my project, and now I have it in my project. Again, if I wanted to, and you should, change my text here, as well as any image or video, I can go into that place and click on Edit, and I can go ahead and do that, okay? Now, a couple other things that you might want to consider for your presentation. First of all, I think it would be a good idea if you had included an introductory slide, okay? I did that with my Google Earth project that I created. I created just a full slide to start off my presentation. So if we click on New Feature, okay, so not only can we add a place, but we can just also include a full screen slide, okay? So I'm going to click there, and now I'm going to have an untitled slide, all right? Now I can call whatever I want to title my project. I guess I'm going to call it Religions of the River Valley Civilizations, okay? And then maybe I want to, get a photograph for the background of my slide. That's fine. I can choose, let's say, I don't know, I'll get another ziggurat because that's a good symbol of religion during these times. So maybe I'll just select this one here. Okay. And what will happen is it will add that. And let's just take a look at what this full slide looks like. Okay, so it's going to look like that. And you can see I've got my picture, and of course I have my title of my presentation. Okay, so you should plan on, I think it just makes a presentation look a lot better if you have an introductory slide. Okay, now let's go back again. Sorry about that. Okay, we'll close that one out. Now, of course, you see here that my slide is at the end of my presentation. That's not where it belongs, right? So what you can do is you can move your features. Okay, so I am going to click and hold that and just drag it up to the beginning. Okay, and now you see that it is the first piece of my project. If for some reason I thought that the Eridu this place should be up, I would just move it up. Okay, so you have the ability to adjust the order, okay, of the places that appear in your presentation. All right, so now let's just take a look at what this looks like. Here's my introductory slide. My next slide, I moved up Eridu, and so it's going to come up here. Okay, and then finally my presentation is going to go to the Great Ziggurat of Ur, and so on. Okay. Now, that was how to create your project. I just wanted to take a minute to show you a couple other fun features in Google Earth that maybe aren't about this project, but you might be interested in. The first thing is Voyager. Okay, let's click on Voyager. And what is Voyager? Voyager is just a bunch of really, really interesting pre-made Google Earth projects. Okay, so there are so many things to explore here. Okay, one thing that I wanted to draw your attention to under culture. Okay, I noticed that there is a great Google Earth project that was created about lost ancient here it is, lost civilizations from above. Okay, so if you were to click on that, all right, it would take you into a project that someone created. And the first thing right off the bat is a place in Egypt. So there's a lot of things to explore in this particular project. I found it very, very interesting. But Google Voyager, again, is just there to browse, to find some projects that others have created that you might be interested in. Okay. Now we can just click back. Again, all of that is available to you on your toolbar here. So this is Google Earth. I would definitely suggest, like I said, exploring Voyager when you have the time. Another thing you might want to just for fun do is, where is it? Here we are. I'm feeling lucky. This is kind of like Google's search engine. If you click on this, Google Earth is just going to pop you into some random place in the world. And so sometimes it's just kind of fun to do that, and you can practice your skills. With Street View here, just zoning in on street views and navigating through Google Earth using that really fun feature. All right, so that is Google Earth. I look forward to seeing all of your projects, and happy exploring and creating.